work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's E2G Sports Network presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So fall in with us as we get to talking about some of the sports, a couple of sports, our main subject lines for the most part in the last 24 hours or so. So, of course, yesterday we left off here engaging and talking about the 49ers and what they had come score. Aaron Rodgers and his escapades on if he's going or staying. So we come back this morning, back in the thick of it, as we get back into the NBA. And I can't wait till we go back and move back into college basketball because it's a bevy of things going on there. Houston, number one ranked overall. So it's crazy when you look at it how teams like Duke, Kentucky, Kansas have taken a backseat to teams like Houston, Purdue, Tennessee. But in any case, let's get to it. A bevy of games last night, as I usually say, 9 games in layup where it was some heartbreak, it was some action, it was some downers as you got top players getting injured. But in any case, it was games. It was definitely games. First and foremost, let's tap in the Atlanta Hawks. So in this particular game, y'all know Jason Kidd, Hall of Fame guard Jason Kidd, is the head coach for the Dallas Mavericks, the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks, in which Jason Kidd was basically ripped his his team's defensive efforts, in which he said it was like the Hawks were at a shoot around in which they were simply knocking down shots uncontested in the game. Of course, for the Hawks, the winning Hawks, as they won 130 to 122. What's good, the standing brother? What's going on, fam? Glad to see you in formation this morning, family. The Hawks, led by DeJounte Murray, 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 12 assists from Trae Young. Bogdanovich, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. 16 points, 6 rebounds from Clint Capella. John Collins, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists from DeAndre Hunter. Onyeka Okongwu, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. And AJ Griffin, 10 points, 2 rebounds, no assists last night for the Hawks during their quote-unquote shoot-around. For the Mavericks, of course, whomever led them, Luka Doncic, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists from center Christian Wood, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists from Spencer Dinwiddie, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, Reggie Bullock, 9 points from Josh Green, additionally 9 points from Dorian Finney-Smith with 9 rebounds and 3 assists to go along with that. Dwight Powell considered with 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Jaden Hardy, 2 points, 3 points from Beltrans, and JaVale McGee, 3 points. In all, a losing effort. At the toll of the bell of the buzzer for the game, the Mavericks fell to 24-22 on the year. The Atlanta Hawks fall to 23-22 in their campaign, but with the win, and continue to march on and roll along as the Mavericks coach ripped them during the press conference, engaging and telling them, talking about how bad the defensive efforts were. They wasn't doing anything, and if they can't It's not going to be an easy. It's not just going to be a cakewalk in the West. Got to get it together. Got to get it together. And the other games last night, a team streaking, current hot streak, Memphis Grizzlies, in which my beloved Lakers are due to face off against this soon. Maybe we can send them out. Maybe we break that streak. But in any case, first person to crack at that breaking that streak last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers had an opportunity, but couldn't get the job done. What's good, Applewhite? See, there you go with that tomfoolery and nonsense. Tomfoolery and nonsense. Y'all got 2 days, 3 days to wave that white flag. You know what? I'm not going to even talk you to death. I'm not going to even talk. I'm going to let the 49ers get on the field and do their damage. I'm not going to even talk. I'm not going to even talk. Let the game do game do the talking for us. In any case, of course, we're going to get into NFL soon enough. In any case, the Memphis Grizzlies hosted the Cleveland Cavaliers, putting their 10-game win streak on the line at the time, in which the Cavaliers gave it all they could, led by Darius Garland's 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 14 assists. Karis LeVert followed up with that 23 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Jared Allen contributed 14 points, 8 rebounds, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Isaac Oroku. Even Mobley with a double-double, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. Kevin Love, 6 points and 1 rebound in 6 minutes of play. Ricky Rubio back trying to get his legs beneath him. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Lamar Stevens, 5 points, 4 rebounds. C.D. Osman and Raul Neto did not get anything in the points column. However, did have 3 rebounds and 2 assists between the two of them. For the Grizzlies, who actually won the game on a last-second game-winning tip-in by center Steven Adams, who finished the game with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. The team was led by Desmond Bane, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 24 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists from Ja Morant. Santi Aldama contributed 16 points, 2 rebounds, 15.7 rebounds, and 1 assist from Jared Jackson Jr. Dylan Brooks, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 points from Zaire Williams, 2 from John Carter. Tyus Jones, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and Brandon Clark, 7 rebounds, 7 points, 1 assist, as the Memphis Grizzlies walk off with the W, 115-114. With the loss, the Cleveland Cavaliers dropped to 28-18 on the season. The Memphis Grizzlies continue to keep pace with the Denver Nuggets with the 31-13 win. Did the Nuggets play last night? Let me see. Yes, they continue to keep pace with the win as they remain just half a game behind the Western Conference leading Denver Nuggets at this point. In reference to that, the Denver Nuggets had their game last night, faced off against another Western Conference foe, the Minnesota Timberwolves. In this game, Timberwolves they gave up a hard fight, at one point being up late in the third, but they just couldn't pull it off as the Denver Nuggets walk away with the win, 122-118. With the win, they become 32-13 on the year. Like I said, just one game ahead or half a game ahead of the Memphis Grizzlies for what currently is the number 1 seed in the West. Minnesota falls 2 games below 500 with a 22-24 record. The Timberwolves was led by Jaden McDaniels, 18.3 rebounds, 2 assists outing. Kyle Anderson contributed with 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, 2 assists short of a triple-double. Kyle Anderson has really had a reemergence. Like, he went from being not even relevant to having some relevancy when he played in San Antonio, bounced around, went to Memphis, wasn't was kind of figured to be a stopgap there. Now he's in Minnesota. He has found a reemergence, and he is balling. Like shout outs to Kyle Anderson. Continue on. Naz Reid, 17.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 16 points apiece from Luke Garza with 4 rebounds to go along. Anthony Edwards, 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, 13 points, 7 assists. D'Angelo Russell, Teron Prince contributed with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Jalen Noel, 9 points and 2 points from Daniel Knight on the for the Timberwolves. However, for the Denver Nuggets, a heavy dose of Nikola Jokic, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists for yet another triple-double. This is a center picking up triple-doubles like it's candy at the local corner store. Jamal Murray getting back to form as he's back in full swing. 28 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists on the night. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists from Bruce Brown. 11 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Aaron Gordon, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Michael Porter Jr., 4.6 rebounds on the night. Nishan Highland, 9 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. 7 points from Zeke Naji, and 4 points from Lato Kansar. In that, like I said, gives Denver the win. Denver is very potent, in my opinion. Like, they're made up of unlikely hero in Jokic, but I guess you can't say that. The man is a back-to-back 2 years consecutive MVP, making a hard case to be a 3 years running MVP. He's claiming MVPs like the Bulls claim championships. But they're a problem. They're definitely a problem. I say that Memphis is sitting right behind them, but everyone's a gangster till a real gangster walks in the room. And right now, the Denver Nuggets are that gangster. In other games last night, the Washington Wizards welcomed back their franchise player in Bradley Beal as he came back from his injury. And just in time, as he was able to cool the hot streak in New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson with a 116-105 dub. With their win, they increased and better themselves, better the record, 19-26 on the season. The New York Knicks fall to 25-21. In their winning efforts, Kyle Kuzma, 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Kristaps Porzingis with the double-double, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists from Monte Morris. 14.7 rebounds from Denny Adziva. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists from Delon White. Bradley Beal, as stated, coming back, 29 points, 29 minutes played, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Corey Kispert, 5 points, 1 rebound from Taj, and Ryo Hachimura on 1 rebound, 1 assist in their winning efforts. For the Knicks, led by Jalen Brunson, 32 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. It just wasn't enough. 18 points, 5 rebounds from Emmanuel Quickly. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists from R.J. Barrett. Julius Randle, double-double, 14 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Mitchell Robinson, off night, with 2 rebounds in the short. He only played 9 minutes, walking away with an injury. 4 points, 4 assists for Isaiah Harson. Miles McBride, 2 points and 1 rebound. And Jericho Sims, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Let me not say Quentin Grimes contributed with 14 points, 2 rebounds, as the Washington Wizards get the W, 116-105 in play. Good morning, sis. What's going on, Kanief? How you doing this morning, sis? Glad to see your information. Hope your day is going beautifully. Donovan, what's good, fam? What's going on, bro? Bradley Beal needs to leave the Wizards. No future there. He's a franchise player there. Money. So I'll ask you this, Donovan. if you knew your team had no future, but they was willing to pay you, like, is the future coming? Are you staying or are you going? I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. Next up, who was? Hey, of course, another game last night. Another hot streaking team, proving the critics to be wrong. The Oklahoma City Thunder hosted the Indiana Pacers last night, in which the Thunder got a dub, 20-point thrashing of the Indiana Pacers, winning 126-106. With the win, the Oklahoma City Thunder pulled just one game to being 500 on the year. And with the loss, they sent the Indiana Pacers away to where they're just one game below 500. The Pacers, led by Andrew Newbart's 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. They got contributions from Travelin Queen with 13 points, 9 rebounds, 11 points apiece from Chris Duarte and Isaiah Jackson, 5 points, 3 rebounds for Duarte, 7 rebounds for Isaiah Jackson. Taylor, 4 points, 1 rebound. Bennett Baxter, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 points, 3 assists, and 2 points from Buddy Hield. Miles Turner, 7 points and 3 rebounds. Aaron Nesmith, 9 points, 2 rebounds, no assists. And lastly, TJ McConnell contributed with 10 points, 6 rebounds. The Thunder, led by none other than, to not at this point, 23 points apiece from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as well as Isaiah Joe, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Alexander, 23 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. 10 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists from Aaron Wiggins. Lou Dort, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists from Jalen Williams. Josh Giddey contributed with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists. Also, you got contributions from Trey Mann at 3 points, 5 points from Jalen Williams, and 1 point from Darius Bailey. If I request a trade, I am still get my contract I signed with my previous team. True, but they had to trade you. And if you don't, and that only works. Actually, that only works. So if you request a trade and you get traded, then you're not gonna receive the money from your second team, because now your team that is willing to trade for you is going to pick up your contract. However, if that team releases you, while you're under contract, they are obligated to pay you your money. And then when you sign with the other team out of free agency, after you clear waivers, then it's picked up. So of course you go on waivers. A team is basically saying they're going to pick up your contract. If you don't pick up your contract, they'll let you sit there, and then you become a free agent where you get a chance to pick. But of course, on waivers, that gives them a key opportunity to grab you. It just comes out to a price. So hence, that's the strategy. Are you willing to pay that price and go after that player to claim them off waivers to where it's guaranteed, or would you rather wait for them to get to free agency and see if they're willing to sign with you? All strategies. What was I? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So, like I said, with that, the Thunder, 22 and 23. The Indiana Pacers, 22 and 23 and 23. I'm sorry, they are at 523 and 23. And yet the beat goes on. Next up. What's good, Anthony Price? What's going on? Just going over these NBA storylines from last night, man. How you doing, brother? Anything good going on around your way? Last night, the Hornets were hosted by the Houston Rockets in H-Town, in which a battle of teams that really ain't got nothing going on, I guess you could say. Man, I'm unfortunate. I'm thinking it's just a matter of time before Steven Silas ends up getting the can in Houston. or maybe they stick with him and give him an opportunity to better that organization and give him a real big opportunity to build up or build something around that team. But he's got 2 to 3 years already under his belt and hasn't turned them around yet. But of course, he's without James Harden, who he had initially. Went into a rebuild phase. John Wall traded to them, in which he sat out and didn't play. Now he's in Los Angeles. But in any case, they played last night. The Rockets fall to the Hornets, losing 117 to 122. Not to mention the Hornets without LaMelo Ball, as he went out with yet another ankle injury. I guess that runs in the Ball family. But in any case, read by Terry Rozier, 26 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 17 points apiece from Mason Plumlee and Mark Williams. Williams with 6 rebounds, Plumlee's 9 rebounds and 1 assist. 13 points from LaMelo Ball, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists from PJ Washington. Jalen McDaniels contributed with 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Dennis Smith Jr., 9 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. And JT Thor, 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist in the winning efforts. The Rockets on the other side of the spectrum, led by Alperen Sengun's Jalen Green's 41 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Alperen Sengun, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists from Kenyon Martin Jr. Jabari Smith Jr., 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist from rookie Tari Eason. Jashawn Tate contributed with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, 8 points from Josh Christopher, 1 point from Garrison Matthews, and 5 rebounds from Usman Garuba. As the Houston Rockets drop yet another game to the Charlotte Hornets, 122 to 117, 10 and 35 on the year for the Houston Rockets. That's got to be gut-wrenching. Charlotte Hornets, 12 and 34 on the opposite side of the spectrum, just a hair bit better than that. For those coaches, that's got to be like, oh man, you come in with such expectations, and yet you slowly watch your expectations dwindle slowly but surely, go evaporating in the thin air. That's 46 games on the year already for the Charlotte Hornets, and with 45 on the year for the Houston Rockets, already halfway through the season. What I probably say, Anthony Price, you happen to the Commanders and how about them Cowboys. We were about to dig in the minors also. This guy. I see you were very exuberant this morning there, Sauce. I see you, man. I see you. What happened to Tennessee? Disregard. Next up, of course, the Clippers faced off against the Utah Jazz, as the Utah Jazz hosted the Clippers just yesterday, in which, man, Lauri Markkanen, bruh, he's on a mission. He'd have been moved around, got bounced out of Chicago, moved away, and now being don't say nothing to him, Anthony. Don't say nothing to him. Let him watch he go back in. That's all that matters. We're gonna send him back where he came from. But like I said, Lauren Markkanen, last night, another 23-point dub and 20 plus piece dinner given to the Clippers by the Utah Jazz to go at that, as the Clippers, led by Norman Powell's 30 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, without Paul George and John Wall and the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. 15 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist from Ivica Zubac, but he cannot protect himself from being posterized by Markkanen. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist from Nicholas Batum. Marcus Morris Sr., 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Terrence Mann, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists from Reggie Jackson. Robert Covington contributed 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Jason Preston, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Amir Coffey, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. But it wasn't enough. As the Jazz, 6 players in six players in double figures, led by Lauri Markkanen's 34 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists from Mike Conley Jr., 16 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists from Jordan Clarkson. Walker Kessler, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Malik Beasley, 13 points, 4 rebounds. Colin Sexton, 11 points, 1 rebound. 9 points from Jared Vanderbilt. Rudy Gay, 1.1 rebound. 4 points, 2 rebounds. 2 assists and 1 rebound from Mikal Walker. 3 points, Simone Fitzgerald. Utah took care of business. With the win, they improved to 24-24 on the year, 48 games in which they're at 500. The Clippers losing put them from the 5 ranks of being at the 500, now 23-24 on the year. As he's saying, in the West, leaving the door wide open for teams. What's that cover? We still have 2 more games to cover and briefly talk about. One of them being the New Orleans Pelicans hosting the Miami Heat, to where wasn't another dub, another 20 piece to go. Actually, this one was they gave it to them to eat right there in the locker room as the Miami Heat win 124-98. Heat led by Bam Adebayo's 26 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, contributions from Max Strus and Gabe Vincent with 16 points apiece. Struss with the double-double, 10 rebounds and 10 assists and 2 rebounds to go along with that. Vincent, 5 rebounds and 3 assists, 10 points, 4 rebounds and 1 assist from Orlando Robinson. Caleb Martin, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists from Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero, 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Kyle Lowry, 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in the winning efforts. The Pelicans still without Zion Williamson. You see there's a complete different, or in New Orleans without Zion. Not saying they can't win without him, but it's a difference. They're falling. But, however, they were led by C.J. McCollum's 21 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 18 points, 10 rebounds from Jonas Valanciunas, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists from Najee Marshall, 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist from Jose Alvarado. Devontae Graham contributes 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists from Larry Nance Jr. Jackson Hayes, 4 points and 2 rebounds, 3 points, 1 rebound from Kira Lewis Jr. Herman Gomez, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Trey Murphy, the third, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in the losing effort. And before I get to the last game, nothing had to be said. Our actions spoke for us. We are doing our talking on the gridiron, winning and advancing. Those are facts, Applewhite. Washington beat the Cowboys. Where was you at? And I'm just saying, keep that same energy every week. Though, like I said, Anthony, I'm not going to even say it. I've said it enough. Always, your team beat us, but we had nothing to play for in that game. Going forth, of course, last game on the night, I believe, the Los Angeles Lakers playing a top 16 team in the West, the Sacramento Kings, in which had them. But, of course, certain things happen. Things take their toll, and it took its toll last night. As in the waning minutes of the game, LA up by 2 points, couldn't hold that lead, end up losing at the score of 116-111 due to, I ain't gonna say some bonehead moves. And of course, in retrospect, they did what they could as rookie Max Christie got called for a line of basket foul basket foul, and which awarded them 2 rebounds. Two 2 free throws as well as a ball in the under 4 seconds remaining, and the Lakers lose 116-111, fall into 2025 on New Year's. Sacramento Kings 25-18, improving, led by 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists from De'Aaron Fox, 20.6 rebounds, 2 assists from Harrison Barnes, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists from Kevin Huerter, 10.6 rebounds from Trey Lyles, 6 points from Jimmy Z Metu, 2 points from Ali Monk, 3 rebounds and 2 assists, 3 points, 3 rebounds from Davian Mitchell. Keegan Murray, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and Rashawn Holmes, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, as they dispatched the Lakers, who was led by LeBron James, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 19.7 rebounds, 5 assists from Russell Westbrook, 10.6 rebounds, 1 assist from Wayne Gabrielle as he fouled out early in the fourth. 14 points, 1 rebound from Kendrick Nunn. Juan Toscano Anderson, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Thomas Bryant, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Patrick Beverly, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. And Dennis Schroeder, 5 points, 2 assists on the night. Stop it, Coach Rye. Not too soon, Coach. Too soon. But actually, it is. Shout out to Mike Brown. He's doing his thing. Bounce around. Of course, he was in Cleveland. Then he went to L.A. He didn't do too swift in L.A. Left L.A. Went to go be a part of the Golden State team. And now back another shot as he is the head coach now in Sacramento. And with those pieces, is doing pretty doing pretty well. I'm just upset at the fact that the Lakers missed the opportunity to gain more ground in the West. Before getting to that, of course, 5 games slated for tonight, as the Detroit Pistons will host the Chicago Bulls, the Boston Celtics hosting the Warriors. The Toronto Raptors will be hosted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Portland Trailblazers to host the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Phoenix Suns host the Brooklyn Nets on tonight. Still same standings. Not too much has changed for the most part. More emphasis on the West, as we said. The Warriors currently in the sixth spot. I know, Coach. I know, Coach. Warriors currently moved up to the 6th spot. They're peaking. Coach Uriah, while you're in here, what do you still think to say the same rhetoric about Jordan Poole, or has it changed a little bit? Or do you still believe him to be exactly who you say he is? But like I said, as Coach Uriah gets on that, the Warriors, number 6, moving up the line. The Lakers 12 games behind the Nuggets. But really, what's the first target is to catch the Timberwolves, who are ahead of them by 1.5 games. And then next to set their sights on the Warriors, who are ahead of them by 2.5 games. So still an opportunity. They just got to string along some wins and take advantage of the Warriors when they're on the road, because that seems to be their Achilles heel. So the Lakers still have an opportunity. But heck, those other teams aren't too far behind them. Grizzlies still half a game behind the Nuggets. Kings now climbing to 3rd place with their win last night, and the Pelicans lost just but ahead by a tiebreaker over the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Mavericks sit at the 5th spot with just 8.5 games behind the Nuggets. Jordan Poole is who he is. I still believe he is overrated, and the Warriors should trade him with his stock high. They are, Applewhite, I say that. The Grizzlies are taking care of their business. I'll give you that. But is that sustainable? Like, when you look at these teams and how they're playing, who is sustainable in their act in playing? Like, it's the Grizzlies for real, currently on an 11-game win streak, but the Nuggets are behind with an 8-game win streak. So is this sustainable for the Kings, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets? Are we seeing who they are, or is this just happen to be now a thing just for now? I ask. Poole is a bridge player. Key Poole. We need a player like that in the playoffs. Applewhite consistently said he's overrated. Um, it remains to be seen. I know one thing: they need help in Los Angeles. He needs help. LeBron needs help. Liability of defense, Coach Rice says those teams are built to win now. Which teams, Why you talk about Memphis and Denver? Denver is looking good, man. Ah, my goodness. They are looking hella good. Coach Malone has got them locked in. And like I said, Jamal Murray coming back, he's starting to become more efficient. Oh, okay, I got you up, White. Is Jamal Murray's back? He's starting to become more proficient. But I still think we owe him. He talked that talk in reference to the being on the talking about the bubble. So we owe him. So he gonna continue to talk that talk. Everybody on the Warriors is bad on defense. What else do we have in NBA? Anything else? Uh, Watch the Grizzlies win the finals, and everyone will come out as a Grizzlies fan across the U.S. Nah, I don't think they're winning the finals, Donovan. So currently, per ESPN's their power rankings, I don't know if everyone agrees with this or believe it. So at number 30, the Houston Rockets. At number 29, the Detroit Pistons, rocking on up to number 28. The San Antonio Spurs, Charlotte Hornets at number 27. At number 26, the Orlando Magic. See, we're not even really hearing anything about these players. So remember, of course, Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Pablo Panjero. Only one team that's really doing something is OKC, but that's without Chet Holmgren. Um, Orlando Magic, like I said, 26 in the power rankings. Washington Wizards come in at number 25. At number 24, the Toronto Raptors. At 23, the Chicago Bulls. Coach, just like you were saying, we ain't too far behind. At number 22, the Lakers fall in the power ranking. Both teams dropping from the previous week. At number 21, the Portland Trail Blazers. Going further up the line, top 20, Minnesota Timberwolves are number 20. At number 19, the Phoenix Suns still holding on to a top 20 spot. The Oklahoma City Thunder continue to streak, moving up 7 spots at the number 18 for this week. The Atlanta Hawks at number 16. At number 19, we have the Indiana Pacers. Correction, at number 15. At number 14, the Golden State Warriors to continue the streak. At number 13, Los Angeles Clippers. At number 12, the New Orleans Pelicans. 11, the New York Knicks for the ESPN Power Ranking going into the top 10. Dallas Mavericks at number 10, dropping 1 spot. The Sacramento Kings moving up 3 spots to number 9. Moving up 6 spots to number 8, the Miami Heat as they start to catch fire late. The Cleveland Cavaliers drop 1 spot to number 7. The Philadelphia 76ers move up 1 spot from number 6 to number 6, getting to the top 5. The Brooklyn Nets fall 1 spot in the top to number 5. The Milwaukee Bucks jump over the Brooklyn Nets for the number 4 spot. At number 3, the Memphis Grizzlies hold firm. 2, the Denver Nuggets, and of course, number 1, currently the Boston Celtics, the Eastern Conference leading squad. Coach Rice stated Memphis are the biggest pretenders in the league. Love job, but actually for the playoffs and pushing towards overrated. I just don't like Poole. He's so arrogant. Why are the Grizzlies pretenders? Coach Uriah is what Applewhite asks. We are beating the contenders. I think it comes down to what we were just talking about. Applewhite, is it sustainable? Are we seeing sustainable gameplay in Memphis, or is it just a spur of the moment type thing? 11-game win streak. You're correct, without a doubt. But is it who's real, who's fake? That's the type of people I hate. if it's safe to say the last 10 first overall picks in the draft have been average or below average, except maybe 2 or 3. So I would say we would have to take a look back, Donovan. Let me check. Mm, that part. And that's what I keep, is it sustainable? That's the biggest part to me, Applewhite. Like Coach Uriah says, is it sustainable? Like, yeah, okay. He talk about who can't guard him, who can't hold him. Last time he talked that talk, they humbled him and he was pushed out the playoffs. So it's just one of those things. So I agree with Coach Uriah. It's not sustainable. I don't think they're sustaining right now. But let me see something, Don. Give me 1 second, Donovan. Who's your phony? Who's fake? On X. Can't be wait. So going back to 2012, let me see. I will give you. We'll count them off and see if that what you're saying, Donovan, uh, is can remain prevail can prevail. So starting back since 2012, last 10 first round draft picks. Uh, in 2012, draft pick Anthony Bennett. He was trash. Or was he trash? What do y'all think was the outcome with Anthony Bennett? Was he just overrated? Did he just not have what it takes to be in the league? What was y'all pick on Anthony Bennett? So Anthony Bennett, 2012. We could, yeah, Anthony Bennett, 2012. Uh, 2013. Wait, blood clot. Well, 2013 was Anthony Bennett. I'm sorry. 2013 was Anthony Bennett. 2012 was Anthony Davis. Do you consider Anthony Davis a top or mediocre pick? Is Anthony Davis overrated? What is the take on Anthony Davis? So Anthony Davis was 2012. Anthony Bennett was 2013. 2014. I'll get to that question real quick. Applewhite. 2014 was Andrew Wiggins. 2015, Karl Anthony Towns. 2016, Ben Simmons. 2017, Markelle Fultz. 2018, DeAndre Ayton. 2019, Zion Williamson. That was the year Zion was taking over Ja. 2020 was Anthony Edwards. He was taking over LaMelo Ball and Cole Anthony. 2021, of course, Cade Cunningham taking over Jalen Green. And last year, of course, Paolo Banchero was the top draft. So that was the 10. You heard Anthony Bennett might have been the only one. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. I see Anthony Price says Wiggins is underrated. Cap Applewhite says Davis is overrated. Wait, get to that in a second. Anthony Bennett was drafted to a Cleveland team with 2 other number 1 picks. He was never given an opportunity to develop. But what do you say about when he went to the other teams? You think his psyche was already shot, Coach Uriah, once he got to? Why did they even draft Anthony Bennett? They already had DeAndre. They already had Wiggins. Wasn't Wiggins there at the time? They had Wiggins already. Matter of fact, let me go back. Who else was in that draft? Like, who else could they have had? 2012. Correction, 2013. 2013. So no, Bennett was there. Wiggins came the next year. Oh, Victor Oladipo was the second round pick. C.J. McCollum was third. Michael Carter. Like who? Oh, they could have had Giannis. So in that draft, that year's first round draft, Anthony Bennett was number one. Victor Oladipo number two. Otto Porter Jr. was three. Cody Zeller was four. Alex Lynn was five. Norland's Noel was six. Ben McLemore seven. Kentavious Caldwell Pope eighth. Trey Burke was nine. CJ McCollum 10. Michael Carter Williams was 11. 12 was Steven Adams. 13 Kelly Olynyk. At 14 Shabazz Muhammad. Giannis Antetokounmpo 15. Lucas Noriega or Nogueira number 16. Dennis Schroeder 17. Shane Larkin at 18. At 19, Sergei Karsev. Tony Snell was 20. Gorga Dieng was 21. Mason Plumlee 22. Solomon Hill 23. Tim Holloway Jr. 24. Reggie Bullock 25. Andre Roberson 26. 27. Rudy Gobert. At 28, Levo John Charles. At 29, Archie Goodwin. Nektowitz at 30. And number 31, Alan Crabb. So all those names, and only a handful of them are even still in the league. Rudy Gobert is doing away. Reggie Bullock and Tim Hardaway still around. Mason Plumlee still around. Dieng is still around. Tony Snell, I don't know how he was a top 20 draft pick, but he's still around. Dennis Schroeder still around. Giannis, two-time MVP winner. Shabazz Muhammad, no bueno. Kelly Olynyk still around. Steven Adams still around and relevant. C.J. McCollum making bank. Trey Burke on the cusp. Kentavious Caldwell Pope has won the championship. Ben McLemore, is he even around anymore? Noah's Norel is being bounced. Alex Lynn, Cody Zeller, I don't think he's around anymore. Otto Porter Jr., he's still around. Victor Oladipo, those injuries has hurt him, and Anthony Bennett nowhere to be found. That was not a good draft year. Stop playing. Applewhite, you cannot be serious. I agree, Coach Rod. It was not a good draft year. Giannis, was of course, hindsight, Giannis doing that, but it was not a good draft year. I need two solid players next to Anthony Edwards. You don't think Cat and Gobert and DeAndre Russell is solid enough, Anthony? What did Donovan say? I'm sorry, I missed what you said, Donovan. Davis, Wiggins, Cat, Zion, Edwards. That's everyone else digging deserve the number one spot. No bueno at all. Poor Bennett. Cat and Russell. Why Cat and Russell, Coach? You think you would rather keep Rudy Gobert in there for his defensive prowess? You lose points trading Cat. And probably your best three-point shooter at that. What happened? Cleveland Cavaliers drafted him. He went from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the middle. They were talking about Anthony Bennett left. The Cavaliers end up going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Was there a year, went to the Toronto Raptors a year to where he was delegated down to the G League affiliate, the Raptors 905. He came back into the league with the Brooklyn Nets, then designated down to their affiliate, the Long Island Nets, and then played overseas just to come back to play for the North Arizona Sun. and he was bouncing around between G League teams, the North America Arizona Sun, the Maine Red Claw, as well as Goa Caliente Clippers. To where after that, last 2 years he's played overseas, where he played with Jerusalem. Now he's playing in China, where he's been a EuroLeague champion in 2017. And that's about the stint of it. Then the number one pick forgets how to shoot at basketball. Markel Fultz, how's this happening? Cat and Anthony Davis deserve to play with each other. So disappointing in both. Send them to Chicago, coach. Send them to Chicago. Or Cat to come to LA. Tomato. Or send them both to Chicago. Give us DeMar back. And Caruso. And a couple of draft picks. We can call it even. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Anthony Davis goes back home, and he does what Candace did: go back home, win a championship. Are you grading that class on the good and great players or the bad ones like Benny? Sauce, that class was trash. What good and great players do you hear in that class? I would have kept Dwight Howard and traded away Anthony Davis. Out of all those players, there's some good players, but that class was trash. Applewhite. It's about a bunch of average or just below average players, and then a couple of above average, and one darling in Giannis. Hell, it might have been better players in the second round. Let me see. Second round, Alan Crabb, Alex Alberings, Carrick Felix, Isaiah Canaan, Glenn Rice Jr., Ray McCullough Jr., Tony Mitchell, Nate Walters, Jess Whitley, Grant Jarrett, Jermaine Franklin, Pierre Jackson, Ricky Leto, Mike Muscola, Marco Turgis, Eric Green, Raul Neto, Ryan Kelly, Eric Murphy, James Enos, Romero Osby, Lorenzo Brown, Colton Iverson, Arsan Kazmev, Joffrey Leverjern, Peyton Siva, Alex Orokai, Deshaun Thomas, Bojan Dadovic, and Giannis Tima. That class was not the business. Giannis, Rudy, or probably about as good as it gets out of that class. CJ McCollum. Giannis, Rudy, CJ McCollum. Kentavious Caldwell Pope, possibly. Victor fizzled out. Steven Allens is probably still pretty good. Schroeder is all right. Besides that, that's it. Tim Hardaway Jr. maybe. That's it. Maybe 7 out of the top 30. That's not cool. But in any case, that's what we have for the NBA. Moving on, of course, to the NFL. As it's been some moving and shaking going on. Of course, of the latest, as real quick before I go to that, in the NBA, condolences to the family of Chris Ford. The was he Boston or Milwaukee's head coach at one time, former NBA player and coach, who died at the age of 74 yesterday. So of course, prayers to his family as they deal with this hardship. Gotta keep it back into the NFL. So I still continue to stand on this fact, right? What is it or why is it that we continuously, coaches continuously skate and are given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to them and their staffs, and if the like, is it really the coordinator's fault? We don't see. Well, I guess it's the head coach. It's a little bit different in basketball, but is it truly and utterly the coordinator's fault, whether it be defense coordinator, offensive coordinator, if the team doesn't do well? And that continue to be a thought. But in any case, getting to it, the of course the NFL announced this morning their plan of who they will have traveling or going over to play in the overseas markets this year. International games revealed, the home teams were revealed. Of course, we don't know who their opponents are. We just know who the home teams are. So, of course, traveling to Germany, Kansas City Chiefs will play a game, as well as the New England Patriots playing a game, 2 games in Germany, 3 games in London, as the Jaguars are a team that's committed in the contract to be able to play there at Langley Stadium. The other 2 teams to play overseas internationally that in London, being the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans, to continue to strengthen the game there. Mexico usually gets a game, however, they won't this year because they are in the process of renovating the venue in which the NFL plays at in Mexico City. So they will be off 1 year from that. Of course, in other news, I don't know, is it good or bad or what the case is, but you do have Justin Jefferson. Of course, not Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is expected back next year in Minnesota, but that doesn't mean necessarily that they won't take any looks at any other quarterbacks or look to bring someone in. I believe firmly that they need competition to better a quarterback. Hence, some of the talking which we had yesterday in reference to San Francisco and what they have in the barrel of riches, as I believe, when it comes down to that. So getting back, so just like in the NBA, we was just talking about top picks. Um, the top picks with 5th-year options coming up from 5 years ago or 4 years ago are up. And I would like to know, do you agree with them getting or picking up their 5th-year option? So first pick, Joe Burrow from the night for the 2020 draft. Does he get his 5th option? Of course he does. Playing serviceably for the most part. Joe Burrow only had 1 bad year. He came out had the bad year when he was injured. He went to the Super Bowl the next year. This year he finds himself in the playoffs, potentially getting ready to play against or put themselves in position to go back to the Super Bowl. I believe he gets his 5th-year option. Now, him getting paid, I don't know if how that's going to go yet. Jamar, next up, Chase Young. I expect him to pick up his 5th-year. They pick up his 5th-year option. We've seen a glimpse of him. He's been out. He missed what? He only played a portion of this year, a couple of games. Jeff Oduku, 5th-year option pickup. If NFL.com says no. Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle for the New York Giants, expected to be picked up. Tua Tagovailoa. The doctors cleared him finally and said that he is eligible and able to continue to play, in which with that notion, the Miami Dolphins say they look for him to come back and being the starting quarterback next year. Due to what happened over the course of this season, do you think they would be looking for a more of a serviceable backup? Well, they had Teddy Bridgewater, who was susceptible to injuries as well. Skylar Thompson did phenomenal in the last game. Other than other 9 QBs, or or just smoke. One cannot stay healthy, and others just whistling his career back up. When Chase Young came back from the injury, he was a beast. So yeah, so it makes sense for him to be picked up. So Tua, it makes sense. They're going to pick up his option. He was the fifth pick. Justin Herbert, we know he's getting his option. He's going to even get paid when it comes time if they go ahead and extend him and Tua as well as Burrow. Derek Brown, defensive tackle for Carolina Panthers. Of course, if Tua hasn't already, he better make sure he has adequate. Oh yeah, without a doubt, Coach Cal. But now it probably ain't no if he is the premium is probably gonna be whew, or the pro playing for that plan is gonna be hella expensive now because he's susceptible. He's too susceptible now. You pass on him, Donovan. I take Aaron Rodgers before I take Tom Brady. Plus, it's a difference of 5 years, 6 years. Yeah, you pass on them. Isaiah Simmons, inside linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals. They don't expect to pick up his option. C.J. Henderson, cornerback, additionally, not expected to pick up. He was traded. He was a Jaguar. He was drafted by the Jaguars with the ninth pick, so his option isn't expected to be picked up. Jedrick Wilson, offensive tackle Willis for the Cleveland Browns, expected to get his option picked up. Mekhi Becton, not expected to get picked up. 11 pick from the New York Jets. Tristan Wirfs, without a doubt, is getting picked up on his. That's right. Players can't get insurance after 4 years. Javon Kinlaw, San Francisco 49ers defensive tackle, scooped up, of course, we're picking up his option. Jerry Jeudy at number 15. Hmm. Nice analysis, Coach Cal. I still wouldn't take him. I still wouldn't take him. At some point, it's just like how we look at Brock Purdy or anyone else. At some point, that rookie, especially as a quarterback, that rookie. You know what? A good question. Has Brock Purdy did enough to be the rookie of the year? That's the question that I like to hear answered. Has Brock Purdy did enough to be offensive rookie of the year? With when Brees Hall went down, I feel there was no one really just standing there above it. Wilson Garrett probably was there. Garrett Wilson probably was there, but I think Brock Purdy. So would y'all say Brock Purdy has? Yes, bro. Has Brock Purdy done enough to be the rookie of the year? Micah Parker. I don't know. That remains to be seen. Okay, AJ Terrell picked up with number 16. Cornerback expected to have his picked up. CD Lamb expected to be picked up as a number 17 pick from the Dallas Cowboys. Austin Jackson, offensive tackle, doesn't expect to be picked up. Levon Cassion, linebacker, no from Jacksonville. Jalen Rigger, initially drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles with the 21st pick, now a Minnesota Viking. Probably not. He's going to be bounced. Justin Jefferson, number 22 pick. They picked Jalen Rigger. Can you imagine, in hindsight, having Justin Jefferson as well as Smith, Devontae Smith in Philly? Have Philly picked up Jordan Jefferson as opposed to Jalen Rigger? I could hear Bishop now. Kenneth Murray, inside linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers, expected to be picked up. Cesar Ruiz for the Saints. Brandon Ayuk, of course, is going to get picked up. Garrett Wilson or Kenneth Walker Jr. Kenneth Walker probably get it. So in my assertion, neither did Kenneth Walker. He was out a couple of games. He played. I want to look at that. Watch CD be paid for third highest wide receiver in the NFL. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen, Anthony. Brandon Ayuk expected to be picked up. doing great things for the 49ers. Jordan Love, 26th pick for Green Bay. Of course, he's going to be picked up, especially now when they're looking at potentially losing out on Aaron Rodgers, depending on the situation. And Aaron just doesn't like Jordan, in my opinion. Like, he continues to throw Jordan's name out there. Like, why you keep on throwing Jordan's name out there? He's just doing his job. Jordan Brooks, a 27th pick by the Seattle Seahawks. Patrick McQueen at the 28th pick. Patrick Queen, of course, is going to get picked up. Noah Igbenani from the Miami Dolphins, not expected to be picked up, the corner. And then, of course, last but not least, Kyle Edwards-Helaire. The Kansas City Chiefs is not expected to get a fifth-year option. They expect him to probably be Jerick McKinnon has Isaiah Pacheco. Yeah, true. He's went down truly, but wasn't he injured? 6 starts, all starts. So he was 181 yards rushing for 803. He hasn't been a 1,000-yard rusher yet. He has downgraded, went from 803 yards to 518 in the following season. Starting all game, he played 13 games. 10 games in 2021, 10 games this year, and rushed 200 yards less than he did the previous year. Yeah, he's digressing. But yeah, I don't think CD is going to be the third highest quarterback. I'm a wide receiver. You think he produces that much? You think he's that good? Nah, I don't think that. Nah, there's no way possible. Because you still got people like Justin Jefferson, who's out there, who's probably more valuable to his team than CD is to his. Cooper Kupp already got paid. Who else is out there that's about to get a payday? Yeah, I just don't think that's Cooper. Not saying that CD is not going to get money. I just don't think he's going to get that type of money. Purdy gets 2 or wins the Super Bowl, he gets the rookie. It's going to be in by that time, Donovan. They should already started voting. So Cowboys always overpay everybody. So Jerry may be nervous after blowing the Amari situation. Then again, the Zeke situation was a learning experience too. See that part, but good points on both. I know that's your squad, but that's a good point in both situations. You have on one hand, he let Amari Cooper go to where he probably could have kept him. Can you imagine what Amari Cooper and Zeke would have been with Zeke's continue to learn curve? But additionally, he paid Zeke that money, and he hasn't lived up to that money. So it's a double-edged sword. You don't know what you get in CD Lamb. But of course, who else is walking through that door? Pardon me, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So it's no telling. I agree with both points. Washington needs to overpay. Maybe they would start winning. Applewhite continually taking shots at Anthony Price and his Washington Commanders. Let's talk about the off season. Like, we're currently already in the off season, into some degree. But let's talk about those who could potentially be what the market looks like right now. So of course, Carolina needs a quarterback. They have currently have I almost said Matt Stafford. They currently have Sam Darnold under center with PJ sitting back behind him. The Houston Texans need a quarterback. They've been trying to fill the void with Davis Mills, and that hasn't been a good thing. Dang, that's a huge drop off, Donovan. That's like an $80 million cut. The Houston Texans, of course, in need of a quarterback. Since they had Cam, the Indianapolis Colts now need a quarterback, but they sit at the number 4 slot. So they might be in good hands. Uh, the Las Vegas Raiders, presumably in need of a quarterback, but you got people coming up, like I said, Tom Brady, Jeremy Garoppolo, keeping Derek Carr, the New Orleans Saints, Jameis Winston, Anthony Dalton, and Taysom Hill, all currently the quarterbacks on their roster. Does any of them get moved, or does they remove any of them? Uh, the New York Jets. Gotta make sure I got it somewhere. New York Jets looking at possibly needing a quarterback, although Robert Saleh said they're going to stick with Zach Wilson. They want to give him an opportunity. But at the time when it's looking at your job, do you give an opportunity or what? Coach going to get Jimmy G. Anthony Price says. Coach Cal says, will Cooper Rush have an audience in the offseason? I don't think he did enough, Coach. So not to be a starter. I think he could probably go and maybe have a better opportunity somewhere else, or maybe he gets brung in to push uh, depending on what everyone else did. So I can see a player like Cooper Rush going to Houston if Houston doesn't pick up a better quarterback than Davis Mills to compete against Davis Mills. Or maybe going somewhere else where he can be, or where he can have an opportunity if someone's go down, like going to the New York Jets. I think those will be good places for Cooper Rush, and maybe even staying behind Dak. He's in the systems. Excuse me. New York Jets, of course, like I was saying. Washington Commanders, Taylor Heineke, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell. That might be another place for Cooper Rush to go to where he can try to push someone for time. Cooper is good at some of the starters in the league. Really, Sauce? Yeah. Exactly. A team with low expectations. Exactly, Coach Kyle. That's an overstatement, Applewhite. Cooper Rush was good and serviceable, but you're saying he's better than what starter is he better than in the league? I would like to hear that. I would definitely like to know and hear that. Like, who do you think that he is better than in the league? I don't think that's a little over the top. What's good, bro?
What's going on, WGO, man? Excuse my apologies, man. I'm actually waiting for something to come in. It was supposed to be on its way. It was supposed to be delivered. So I was trying to get it before I got jumped on, and it still ain't been delivered. So I said, forget it. I'll just jump on anyway.
Cooper wins and stay. I get that, Sauce, but I don't think he's better than a lot of starters in the league.
I know y'all ain't talking about Cooper Rush.
That's who he's talking about.
What about him?
He's saying that he said that W ain't coming in. He said you was waiting for the drop off a W for Philadelphia. They ain't coming in, so you just jumped on the show.
Oh, that W is coming. Man, get out of here. Man, ain't nobody worried about y'all. So why
bench rush him?
He's better than Minnesota and Colts and ATL. He was not that high on Cooper Rush, Rich. But it's funny how you came out of the woodworks. We didn't see you nowhere when y'all was losing. When y'all was losing, we couldn't find you. Now y'all all in the playoffs and you want to show face. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Fair weather Dallas fans, bro. Y'all come in in the wood when y'all on the high. Don't worry. When y'all lose this weekend, we won't see him until the beginning of next season. No, don't have to talk the talk. We walk the walk. Y'all ain't walk no walk. What have y'all done? Finally made the playoffs. What have y'all done?
Finally got out the first round.
Yeah, y'all finally have made the playoffs. Is that something is that the talk, walk the walk thing? Hold on, Apple. What you said? Cooper Rush is better than Kirk? That's what he said. That's what he said. Because he said Atlanta, Minnesota, and the Colts. So that means Kirk Cousins. That means Matty Ice. And,
come on, Applewhite.
Bruh.
And Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. And I don't even know if you count Marcus Mariota because he he
didn't
been
play the
he been
last
out
couple
for
of games. He got
he been
benched.
out for a minute. Yeah, he been out for a minute. So he's not really saying that.
Him and Matty Ice.
Yeah. He ain't really saying nothing. And I don't know why AP would even say something. Rich Applewhite would even say something like that. His quarterback leads the NFL in interceptions. He's thrown an interception almost in every game. Last game is the first game he has not thrown an interception in. What up, everybody? What's good? What's good, Africa? What up? What up? What up? What up? Cooper can run a team. He is healthy and steady. So why did I'm going back to what you gonna say then? Why put if Cooper is so good, why aren't they
Everyone
doing
got
Cooper?
cold.
Why aren't they doing Cooper like they doing Brock Purdy? Because Garoppolo is definitely back. He could go. He could play. But guess what? They bringing Brock Purdy out. They're not bringing Garoppolo out. So why not leave Rush in if he's doing so well or he's
I
that
was waiting
dude?
for Coach Cal to speak. I was like, let's get another quarterback, another Cowboy fan on here.
Cooper Rush is a steady QB with a low ceiling. Kirk is Wentz with less mistakes. The latter two have high ceiling but are way more volatile. Okay. He's steady. He's not. Cooper Rush is not better than Brock Purdy right now. He's not better than Brock Purdy.
After he probably said that
Cowboy fans drinking in the morning. Ain't no way Rush is better than Kirk. He's not better than Brock Purdy.
Bishop, do you think Brock Purdy can snatch the Rookie of the Year?
Who is he going up against?
Kenneth Walker III from Seattle, or Garrett Wilson for the Jets.
Yeah, he probably could. He probably could. He's making a great run for it.
But he only got 5 games under his belt as in playing.
Yeah, he's making a great run. 6 games, ain't it? 6
games.
Purdy is a.
Well, he got 6. He got 6.
Really? How you cannot Applewhite? You sound crazy. He just sat here and said this man has won 6 games. How's he a one hit wonder? How?
You know, Applewhite is outlandish with some stuff sometimes.
Brock Purdy is better than Cooper Rush, bro, without question. I like Purdy's ability to move in and out of the pocket. Jimmy G got concrete in his cleats. He's stupid. Cooper did that. No, he did not. Brock Purdy hasn't lost. Brock Purdy has not lost since he's been a starter.
It's just going to be unfortunate when he does.
He has not lost since he's been a starter. Cooper Rush did. Brock Purdy has not lost since he's been a starter. Don't do that. I would say Cooper lasted against the Bengals with a slow start, CD, and no Gallup or Tyron Smith. Facts? I got you. Purdy is taking a nap after this weekend. We gonna see.
Cooper Kupp has played 9 games. I mean, correction. Brock Purdy has played 9 games.
Told you, 9 games, and he's undefeated.
8 of them games was preseason games. Was regular season games.
Undefeated. He's undefeated. Purdy is way better than Cooper Rush. Purdy out there competing for that part. I keep saying that delusional Cowboy fans, boy. They just. I don't even know why we talk. Why is Cooper Rush even a topic?
That's maybe become a topic.
Yeah, he's not a starter. He's not starting. He's not playing. He is a backup right now. What are we talking about Cooper Rush for? He's a backup. Purdy looks sharp versus the disgusting NFC West. What are we talking about Cooper for? Cooper is.
Oh no, he got 7. Yeah, he got 7 games. He's played 7 games.
Who, Cooper?
Yeah. He's played in 9 games, but he started 7. He started 8 games. 7 of them was regular season. So basically,
and how many? What's his record?
7-0.
Cooper?
Oh no, not Cooper. I'm talking about what's his name? Cooper. I look at Cooper. I was looking at.
You talking about Brock Purdy? Yeah, I knew he had like 6
he has 7. He has 7 games. He has 7 regular season games under his belt, and then he has 1 playoff game under his belt.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I was like, I know. Yeah, bro. That's what I say. I knew he had like at least 6 games under his belt.
Yeah,
You said
he has
5. I was
7.
like, I know he had more than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he has 7. He has 7 regular season games under his belt.
In one playoff game.
In one playoff game, so he's
Yeah.
currently
And
8-0.
still undefeated. Come on, bro. But
Let me
again, why are we
see.
talking about Cooper Rush again? This dude ain't finna play. He's irrelevant.
1, 2. So Rush started 1, 2, 3, 5 games, and he
3 and
went
2.
4-1. He went 4-1.
He went 4-1. Did he?
Yeah.
I know he lost to us. I thought he lost to somebody else too.
That was the only loss.
Okay, I thought he lost to somebody else too.
Because he came in, he didn't start the first game he against Tampa. But he played, but he didn't start. But he started against Cincinnati. He beat them 20-17. He beat the Giants 23-16. He beat the Washington Redskins 25-10. He beat the Los Angeles Rams 22-10, and then he lost to the Eagles 17-26.
Yeah, that goes to show you the Niners have trash QBs. Purdy came in and they dumped the rest. Bro, if you count the Vikings win last season, Wentz and Sam Howell and Taylor are more of a starter than Cooper Rush. I don't know if I'll put Wentz in there, bro, but I give you Taylor and maybe Sam Howell, but I definitely wouldn't put Wentz in there. That dude done lost his starting job again. Yeah. But again, like I said, we talk about Cooper Rush for what reason? He's not starting. He's not playing. He is a clipboard holder. He's a clipboard holder. That's all. Right now. That's it. He's irrelevant. At this point.
Interesting enough, the Dallas Cowboys went and signed some insurance. They signed another quarterback. I mean, another kicker. They went in and brought in former Tampa Bay. I mean, not Tampa Bay kicker. They went and brought in what's his name? I just had it. Tristan Vizcaino is basically signed to the practice squad on Wednesday as insurance. Maher, as we know, missed 4 consecutive extra points in their win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you think it would have been a situation that he would have been out had it been a closer game?
Say what? Say that again. If what?
Do you think he would have been out come this week? He would have been out had it been a closer game.
Who would have been out?
Maher, the kicker, Brett Maher.
For the Cowboys.
Yeah.
If it had been a closer game, probably. Yeah. You missing extra points, bro. It ain't like you missing regular field goal. You missing extra points. 4 of them at that. Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go, bro. Yeah. Y'all beat the only one that barely missed the playoffs. Good win. Yeah.
So of course, like you say, he has someone in play, but that's got it. Yeah, you could just see the disgust on his face, like after the second one. But then, like when 3 and 4 come, at that point, you would think like, yo, something's wrong. Like people say he was getting paid off. I can imagine your kicker missing 4 extra points.
Extra points, bro. It's different if you missing field goals 30, 40, 50 yards out, 60 yards out.
25-yard extra
points. That's all you got to do is make extra points.
Applewhite said the Mafia. Yo, the Mafia.
Bro, it's something because that just don't make no sense, bro. Like, that's all you get paid for is to kick field goals, bro. That's it. I think he missed 5 all. Yeah, didn't miss 5. Yeah, he missed like 4 or 5 all season, and then missed 4 in one game.
But that was his because he had missed 1 at the end of the regular season too. So that was his 5th straight. He had missed 5 consecutive kicks. Buffalo, Cincinnati. Cincinnati is considered the underdog. Burrow said he begs to differ. Is there a point? Do you think so that way you don't give us your pick yet? We gonna do that tomorrow. What is the percentage that you're placing on Burrow being victorious come tomorrow? Come Sunday.
What's the percentage?
Yeah. How much? What's the percentage in which you think he can be victorious? In Buffalo.
I know. That's and old boy Hamlin's back. He's not back, but he's
But
been at practice field. He's been at the
yeah.
field. He's been at the field. All types of that other stuff like that. So they riding on a major high, man, right now.
Are
Man.
they though? I think they already
I do.
extended it, man. I still don't know who I'm picking yet.
I'm giving 50.
Like
I gotta go with
50%,
Don
50
50.
is 50% is
50%.
like because it's like when you look at it, it's like yes, it's a high still, but are they expend all that energy and all that exert all that already versus that the last game of the season, and then they came out and it wasn't like they was up against someone really for the first game, so I don't know, and you know what I'm saying.
I think they still the fact that he made it out, man. It's like
he's gonna be on the sideline, so that's gonna be another
that's just motivation. And then this is the game that wasn't finished.
Yeah, so it's like now we get unfinished business.
Yeah, it's a game that wasn't finished, so it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Then I got going to be a big time game, and I got Cincinnati in that one. Their defense has the advantage. Okay.
I don't know. Joe Mixon was looking nice.
He was
looking real nice. You all Judge Jamar Chase and T Higgins ain't to be played with.
Yeah.
But Gabriel Davis, he put up better numbers than Gabriel Davis is a monster in the playoffs.
Yes, he
For
is.
whatever reason, I don't know.
He's that dude. Didn't Cincy lose another OL? Did they? They lost another OL? I didn't know that. Oh. That's huge. If that's the case, that's huge.
They lucky that Vaughn ain't still there. He's injured. So yeah, so that I don't know. It's hard to say. So for him to say he's not buying the underdog role, I mean, you expect him to say that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. But we got definitely some great games this weekend, man. I ain't gonna front. There's gonna be some of the best games ever.
So, Alex Kappa, he lost. They lost Alex Kappa.
Oh,
so what do you think about y'all? I hear people continuously calling for Staley's job in Los Angeles. Why? The man has a winning record in 2 years. Why is it that everyone's calling for his job? Because, I mean, has he? I know last year they talked about his decision making. He fell to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the playoff game, up by 27 points. It can happen to anybody. Should that be a reason for him to be fired?
Nope.
When he has a winning record, a winning career over a course of 2 years?
Nope. Not at all. Not in my opinion. I don't think it
he feels the same way. He's like, he never felt his job was in jeopardy. He don't understand. But they did fire the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I saw that.
That stuff, I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand. Bishop, if I'm your defensive coordinator, how is firing me the reason? Because I'm very sure you have told me, Trey, this is what I want. I want you to enact that. So if I can't enact that, is it my fault to say that I didn't put in fruition what you wanted, or was what you wanted just trash? And it was no one you couldn't even bring in fruition what you wanted, but I'm the scapegoat for it. Do you agree with the firing of the offensive defensive coordinator and leaving the coach intact?
I guess so. Don't I don't
Unless
think
it's
it's
just completely noticeable. But you think it's
yeah. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying you can't fire. You don't fire the whole coaching staff if the offense is doing their job and the defense isn't, or vice versa. The defense is doing their job and the offensive isn't. You don't fire both of them because one of them is doing what he's supposed to do. He has no control of the other. So if he wasn't fitting the bill and doing what he was supposed to at that position, then he deserves to be fired. In my opinion, that's just how I see it. Yeah, I'm not firing someone as a tandem unless they came in as a tandem and bothly equally are responsible for our outcome. I'm not doing that. I'm firing individuals for what they brought to the table and what they've done under their tenure of that specific job description.
if you're an offensive coach at any level, how
Mm-hmm.
much are you? How much a new how much are you going to give your coordinators to run the team?
What do you mean? How much am I gonna give?
How much? How much leash do you give? Do they have
Yeah,
full
I'm not.
reign over it?
I'm not micromanaging. No,
So you just
no.
gonna be you just give them a philosophy and then you going from there
Yeah.
because you
Yep, yep,
want to
yep.
air it out or you want to run.
Oh, it depends on what I have. Of course, it all depends on my personnel. But yeah,
But you
I'm
basically
giving
you just gonna tell them I want to be a running team and let him go
give
at
my
it.
philosophy. Yes, I'm giving my philosophy. This is what I feel like would work in this era of the sport. I would like to see for us to do these type of things. However, I'm not opposed to what you want to bring to the table. However, I will make my suggestions here and there, and I expect them to be at least adhered to and thought and looked at and thought of when you're doing your coaching plan. But for the most part, it's your job, it's your responsibility. If you can't produce, of course, your feet will be held to the fire, and if you can't produce, you will be ousted. There's
At
no
what
need
point?
for me. No
At what
need for me
point
to
do you?
micromanage.
At what point do you pull back the reins and be like, look at this is me. I got it. I got it.
What do you mean, like? But take away the
Take away the
responsibility from it?
responsibility. Yeah.
Um.
Is it during the game and do you hold it after the game or is it just during the game where he's like, all right, I got it?
So I mean, so it's funny because like I've done this before. Like I've been an OC before, and somebody else was a
Mhm.
coach. You know what I'm saying? And I've said certain things, and or the coach will come to me and be like, and then I've had a coach. I'll be the OC, but the coach is giving out all the information, putting out all the plays. I'm like, dude, what do you have me for if you're gonna call all the plays? What am I here for? What is my purpose? If you're gonna undermine what I'm about to put out and I see
Oh,
what
he
I
was
see,
under my.
yeah, like he was like,
Oh, okay.
they would come over to me and say, hey, such and such, such,
So
such.
what we gonna
Hey,
run?
coach, what's the play? I say this. No, here come the coach. No, don't run that play. Don't run that play. Run this play. What? No, I'm running this play to set up for another play. That's not what I'm doing. I want to catch them off guard. You can't continuously run the same play over and over again, bro. You have to switch it up sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's a team that you've faced before. They don't want to see the same thing. I don't care if it did. I get the adage, oh, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. I get that. Don't get me wrong. We can run it. Don't get me wrong. We can run it. We could definitely run it. However, we ain't finna run it as much as we ran it the first time because y'all expecting that. Why am I gonna keep running the same thing over and over again? This ain't Madden. No. Yeah, we'll run it here and there and stuff like that, but we need to see. Well, for me, being that it was youth, we need to teach them other things. We don't need them to be complacent on running the same play. Or they need to learn the playbook in its entirety, not just 1, 2, 3, 4 plays. Because we so successful at those 1, 2, 3, 4 plays, we just run those 3, 4 plays. No, because if we make it further than this, those 3, 4 plays may not work at another level. So we need to be able to be versatile and run plays that we have put into play. We need to be able to run them just as smoothly as our go-to plays. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Have I
but he
spoken to the defensive coordinator and DC and be like, hey man, you might want to try this. You might want to, I've given suggestions before, and I've taken suggestions from defensive coordinators. Hey, move him from over there, put him over here, try him out back right. I just certain things in which you see that you may see that may be able to take advantage. May be able to take advantage of against the team in which you're facing.
But so basically, you was done like that, so you ain't like it, so you wouldn't want to do that to
No, I
somebody else.
wouldn't want to do that. No, I wouldn't want to do that. I would, like I said, I would give some insight. However, it's on you to run the offense or defense, whichever one. It's up to you. Now, when things aren't going the way they're supposed to, and the GM is coming to me or somebody coming to me and be like, "Hey, I'm not liking what I see."
you or him.
Yeah, hey, nah,
If I'm finna be fine, I'm finna be fine because I messed up. Like,
yeah, it ain't because of your malfunction. Well, because your stuff ain't working. No, okay, look, now it's like, hey, OC, we need to talk. We need to sit down. Hey, look, GM came to me, said, hey, he ain't liking what he's seeing. He ain't liking the output. We got to make some changes. Look, I suggest you switch this, and that around, and try and make it more feasible to make the team more productive. But I'm telling you right now, bro, if that ain't gonna work, bro, I'm gonna have to pull the reins and I'm gonna have to implement my stuff. Same plays don't work against good Madden teams, even in that part it don't. Teams that know how to recognize offensive plays and defensive plays and stuff like that. You're right, they don't. They don't. You know that, Applewhite. I used to bust your behind in Madden. You know that. You and Trey. I used to give y'all that business. Y'all know how it is, man. Y'all know what it is. Don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro.
it is what it is.
Typically, OC and or DC is brought up on by recommendation. Right. If you put on, we both going, or you just going. That part, bro. That part.
Oh,
That part, bro.
that's why I don't believe it.
Well, yeah, but why you know that, man? You know I was giving you business, bro. Don't sit here and act like it's new to you. It's true to you. You know that.
So interesting enough, Pro Bowl, different format this year, coming up in February, where they're going to have still Pro Bowl teams, NFC and Trey Shake Bishop, wake him up from the dream. We still have AFC versus NFC, February 5th. Peyton Manning.
Is it still in
AFC
Florida?
Head coach. No, it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's in Vegas this year? Okay.
Yes, it's in Vegas. The last year and this year.
No, it used to be in Hawaii, wasn't it? Wasn't it in Hawaii?
That's what it was. They took it from Hawaii, then it went to Florida. Now it's in Vegas.
Right, that's what it was initially, right?
So the AFC is going to be coached by head coach Peyton Manning, defensive coordinator Ray Lewis, and Diana Flores is going to be the offensive coach.
Who?
On the NFC? Diana Flores.
Okay.
On the offensive side, the NFC side, Eli Manning's the head coach.
Okay.
Defensive coordinator.
So it's brothers versus each other.
Yeah, DeMarcus Ware is the NFC coordinator, and Vanita Crouch will be the NFC offensive coordinator. So what they did is basically broke the game down into 2 days, where it's going to be a series of games played, and all those are going to be cumulative scores that are going to put things in perspective. So the first day, which is Thursday, February 2nd, is going to be Epic Pro Bowl Dodgeball. So I'm going to give you our breakdown of what all this is, and then we'll get back and talk to it. So the first day, Epic Dodgeball, Pro Bowl Dodgeball is going to be played, where it's basically a multi-round tournament in dodgeball with 4 teams of 5 players that begin on offensive, defensive. So, of course, AFC. So the winner of that is going to basically earn 3 points. The next game to be played will be called the Lightning Round. The Lightning Round consists of 3 mini games: Splash Catch, High Stakes, and Thrill of the Spiel. Splash Catch is basically 2. There's going to be a tandem that takes. You know what? That's the idea. But there's going to be a tandem that takes a water balloon, and tosses a water balloon and spreads out as they go further and further and further. And of course, the person who has the furthest distance thrown without the busted water balloon earns 3 points. High stakes is basically advancing players will attempt to catch punts from the jugs machine. So they're going to go through round after round until the last player remains and has caught the ball from the jug machine. Thrill of the spiel is going to be with the remaining players from each conference will aim at targets attached to buckets hanging over the heads of the opposing conference coaches. The first team to dump the bucket on the opposing coach wins and earns 3 points for his conference. So that's the second game. The third game, the longest drive, will be played by 4 players from each conference who will compete to challenge to drive a golf ball the furthest distance off a tee. Of course, each player will get 3 swings, and the player that drives the furthest within the boundaries of each side of the fairway will win 3 points for their conference. The fourth game will be precision passing, which is going to be based on the quarterbacks, the 3 quarterbacks from each team, in which each quarterback will battle it out with a 1-minute accuracy competition as they all attempt to accumulate points by hitting many targets as possible. The quarterback with the highest individual score among the participants is the winner and earns 3 points. There will be a total of 10 targets that will be able to be hit from static displays attached to robotic dummies and drones, and each worth different amounts ranging from 5 to 10 points. There also will be a long toss bucket 60 yards away that is worth 10 points. I don't know how accurate all the players in there are. And then last but not least, on that Thursday will be the best catch presented by Uber Eats, in which 2 players from each conference will compete in the best catch competition, showing off their creativity and inventiveness and talent. In the first round on Thursday, the players will showcase their best receptions in highlight reels shot at iconic venues around Las Vegas. Fans will vote online to determine their favorite catch by a player in each conference, and the players with the highest votes will compete in the finals on Sunday. So that's Thursday. On Sunday, they jump forward to, they continue with the best catch, which they have a competition. They have the Gridiron Gauntlet, a side-by-side relay race showcasing strength and speed and agility. 6 players of each conference will compete to see who finishes first and wins 3 points for their team. The 4-part gauntlet segment consists of a 40-yard dash, includes a series of breakaway walls, a section for climbing over the wall and under the tables, and a tire run, and a blocking sled carrying a legend across the finish line. They had kick-tack-toe. Each team's kicker, punter, and long snapper compete in a giant tic-tac-toe competition to
We know
showcase their
Dallas Cowboys
respective
kicker
skills.
won't be in it.
The first team to complete a connecting a line with 3 squares or hit 5 squares total would declare the winner, and 3 points will be awarded. Move the Chains, another game. 4 teams, 2 teams from each conference will compete side by side in the weighted wall pool that will showcase their strength, speed, and ingenuity. Each team of 5 players is responsible for pulling a wall loaded with heavy weights 10 yards as quickly as possible using a first down chain. The winner of the best of 3 playoff will earn 3 points for the conference. And last but not least, they have the Pro Bowl game, which the competitions will cumulatively score leading up to the flag football games on Sunday. Scoring the Pro Bowl games works in the following way: the winning conference of each skill competition earns 3 points towards their team overall score, with 24 points available across the 8 skills events. The winning conference from each of the first 2 flag football games on Sunday will earn 6 points for their team, for the total of 12 available points. Points from the skills competition at first 2 games will be added together and will be the score at the beginning of the third and final flag game, which will determine the winning conference of the Pro Bowl games. What do you like that format, Bishop?
Hell no. Like I'm like Anthony Price. Call it an All-Star weekend. It ain't no Pro Bowl.
Oh my goodness. See, Coach
Yeah, that's
Cal.
not a. That's
I
not a.
like you, Coach Cal.
I feel like it's a pro. It's not a. That's not a. That's not, yeah. I feel like that's trash, bro. I was like,
Diamond says it sounds like an event for kids to enjoy.
Absolutely. And then somebody say it's $200 to watch a dodgeball game. And if y'all don't get out of here with that, man, if y'all don't get out of here with that, bro, let them play dominoes. Somebody said let them play dominoes, spades, and just talk for that part, man. I'm with you, Calvin. Exactly. Excuse me.
So
Just
what
let
do
them
you?
walk around and
So
talk.
what can make it better? Or do you think they just need to do with it all together?
I feel
Just
like
vote. Just vote the teams and don't let them play, and just let it go from there.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we are now, man. To be honest with you, Trey, at this point, it's dwindling down. Nobody's watching that game. The Pro Bowl is nothing like it used to be, and it's not definitely not like the All-Star game for the NBA. It's basically useless. Nobody looks forward. We used to look forward to the Pro Bowl. No one looks forward to the Pro Bowl no more. I don't even to be honest, can't even remember the last time I watched it. To be honest. Yes, football is too physical of a sport to play for fun. Facts. I get it. I get it. I totally understand. But yeah, have the two worst team battle for the number one pick. Oh wow, is that what we're gonna do, Anthony? Two worst teams have battle for the number one pick in the game. That probably be, you know what? That would probably be way more exciting. To be honest with you, that would probably be way more exciting to have that. To have the two worst teams battle for the number one pick instead of just giving the number one pick to the worst team. You're right. I think that would
Said
be.
the Pro Bowl should only come on the Nickelodeon at this point.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's Heineken definitely not in it. That man ain't nobody. No, yeah,
Heineke definitely not in it. He talking.
yeah,
He always
yeah.
take a
You talk
shot at
about the
him.
kicker.
And,
Yeah, yeah. He definitely shouldn't be in it. He wouldn't win. Yeah. The Pro Bowl is not worth watching, bro. In my personal opinion, it's not worth watching. It's something else probably on that you will watch that you would prefer to watch than watching the Pro Bowl. Because it's after the Super Bowl, right?
no, it's before.
Is it before? It's okay. It's still before.
The
Okay,
Pro
I know
Bowl is
they
going to
was.
be on the 5th.
Okay, it's before. Okay, I know at one point they was talking about doing it after because all of the players, because none of the players that's in the Super Bowl and stuff like that, they ain't. I heard they don't. Well, we all know they don't ever even play in it.
Yeah, that's what Cal was talking about. They'll be planning for a Super Bowl, so they won't. None of their players will be participating.
Right.
I mean, it's fair to believe it if he won't. I mean, everyone believes. We'll know come this weekend.
What?
Come Monday morning, we'll know who's preparing for the Pro Bowl, who isn't.
Is any Washington players good enough to make the Pro Bowl anyway? Oh, here we go. Boy, Applewhite and Anthony about them darn Cowboys and them Commanders. Only Pro Bowl thing I like watching is the QB accuracy throw. Yeah, that ain't bad. That is probably one of the best events to watch. That is probably one of the best events to watch. I know what used to be fun. I saw it came across my timeline on YouTube was I saw when back in the day when it was Darryl Green, Willie Gault, Bo Jackson, when they the fastest player in the NFL when they used to run the 100-yard dash. They used to run the 100-yard dash and to see who's the fastest player in the NFL. And Darryl Green would win every time. Those things they should bring back. Those are the type of things people want to see. Because everybody only goes off the 40 time on who the fastest player is. But when you line up against somebody, it's a different story. And you ain't got on pads and all of that stuff. It's a whole different story. Those are the things in which people want to see. Anybody want to watch them play dodgeball? You can watch the movie for that. I'm trying to watch them play ball. Anybody trying to watch them hit no golf balls? What? This ain't PGA. What are we looking? What are we doing? NFL. What are we doing? This is what y'all came up with.
They trying to let the practice team players play. The winners get a guaranteed 1-year deal at minimum.
Let the practice team play, but the winners get a guaranteed 1-year deal at minimum. Yeah. Or let the practice team players, be the Pro Bowl game. The practice team players who showed the most upside for your prospective team, vote them onto the Pro Bowl team and let them play it out in a full contact, real football game. Why not? I totally agree to that. That would be way more interesting and fun to watch than watching these cats playing water balloon, whatever. Who came up with this, man? What are we in kindergarten? Bro.
It might be successful.
It probably will be because you just got people who are just fans of players. It ain't gonna be successful because of the events. It'll be successful because people have an opportunity to see their favorite player. That's all. It ain't because of what they've done, the format in which they put him to play. Come on, Trey, you know that. If you get a chance to go see Tyreek Hill, it's because you get the chance to go see Tyreek Hill. You don't want to see Tyreek Hill play dodgeball. You ain't looking for Tyreek Hill to catch water balloons, pass, and hit golf balls. You ain't looking for that. If it's a Pro Bowl, have fans versus players dodgeball game. They ain't gonna do that. Too much of a
liability.
Liability. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Too much of a liability. All it takes is for one of them NFL players to hit one of them fans in the face with that ball. Pow! You know how that ball sound? Bing! You know when it got that certain ring to it. Bing! Oh, that game over. Lawsuit. No, they ain't finna do that. They not finna do that. Nope. Somebody gonna get hit in the face. It happens all the time in dodgeball. It's part of the game. Part of the game. Part of the game. Yeah. Just do away with it, man. Just chuck it up as a loss, man. Chuck it up as a loss and just do away with it. Y'all will. So this is the kicker, right? This is the thing that's crazy to me, Trey. You won't allow NFL players to play a full contact regular Pro Bowl game because of injuries, things of that nature. Even though this is it's at the end of the season, so injuries are whatever. It's the end of the season. It ain't like at the beginning of the season. You're playing this game at the end of the season. But, however, you still allow them to play preseason games? And as many as y'all were allowing them to play, what the hell is the difference? I'm like, dead serious. Like, what's the difference? Because after you play a preseason, the preseason games don't count. They don't count worth nothing. All you doing is getting a look, which now NFL teams now during OTAs, they're playing against actual teams anyway that aren't preseason games. So they're really still getting a look anyway. But you're doing that where a player can actually get hurt and lose the whole entire season in a preseason game, but you want to take away full contact at the end of the season? Trey, make that make sense.
So I think it's more about at the beginning of the season, the full contact is getting the body and getting them ready and prepared for what they're getting ready to endure for the course of the 18 weeks. At the end of the season, there's no more. You ain't playing again until next year. Until later in the year. So it's like now it's like, okay, they're not going to be playing. You don't need the contact. Let's go from there. I think that's what the reason for it. You're getting to prepare the bait, condition the body to get ready.
But aren't you doing that? But I got what you're saying, Trey. But aren't they doing that anyway when they're doing OTAs? They playing against real teams. They're doing the exact same thing. They got officials out there and everything. They're playing against real teams. They're not playing against their own defense. They're playing against real teams. What's the difference?
Money.
Thank you.
They charge.
Thank you so much. That when it's all said and done, that's it. That's
TV
it.
rights at the time.
That's it. That's That's all it is. Because it makes me. I look at it like this. If it was me, I'd take away the preseason games. Take away the preseason games. Let them do what they do, what they've been doing during OTAs and all of that. Yeah, let them, because they've been doing it anyway. Let them continue to do that. If you want to televise that. And bring back the Pro Bowl. But again, I get what you're saying. It is the last game of the season. But but mind you now, I remember during Pro Bowl days, you couldn't even hit the quarterback. Remember? They took away sacking the quarterback. You couldn't hit the quarterback no more during Pro Bowl. Remember that? They took away where you couldn't sack the quarterback because you didn't want no injuries. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Keep that. Make it more of a safer game for the Pro Bowl, but continue to make it an actual Pro Bowl game and stop putting all these amusement park games out there for people to go see.
So you wouldn't be interested in competing in any of these games?
No, bro. No. Well, don't get me wrong now. Keep in mind now. What I will say this. I say this, Trey. We got to keep in mind. These are young athletes outside of Tom Brady and you know, people like him and, you know,
so
Matty Ice.
Currently you might want to compete in these games, just you, but you don't want to see your favorite players or favorite NFL players competing in these games. This is something you would do at a barbecue.
Thank you. Just blow up the bouncy house. Blow up the bouncy house and let them just jump around on the bouncy house, bro. Like, I mean, that's what we're at. That's where we at right now. That's where we at. We're pretty much we've pretty much made it a bouncy house, and we'll just allow them to do whatever they want to do. Whose birthday? You know what, Anthony? Whose birthday is it that they allowing somebody to celebrate their birthday during the program?
Hey, Anthony, where you at? Because Bishop, I don't know if he was trying to be funny or what. But he sent me he tagged me to where a flyer was posted this morning. And I don't know if he's trying to be funny or what. So, Ed, where are you at?
No, I wasn't. No, so listen. Let me justify this right. Dude, that came across my timeline. I'm sure I'm surprised he didn't see it. I'm surprised he didn't see it. I'm surprised he didn't see it. But it came across my timeline. I said, you know what? I looked at it, and I actually saw it last night. I looked at it last night. Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, I kind of like slept on it. And then when I seen it again this morning, I was like, I was like, you know what? Let me send this to Trey, man. Let me send this to Trey. He said he want to live his best life.
I'm watching. I'm surely even if I have to send
it to him, man.
Even if First Formation has to sponsor a flag football team, I'm going to see. I'm surely going to see.
I was looking out for you, bro.
What? Are you coaching?
Fred, I was looking out
for
you. Doing? Fred, I was looking out for you, man. I was looking out for you.
Watch. I want to show.
I was looking out for you, bro.
I want to sit up. I want to see. I want to hit up the people. I was going to hit up the people.
Who said something? Who said something about doing something? Anthony? I'll do the 40 and the flag football. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I get it.
I'm sure you want to see what players is around here. Be like, hey, y'all try to go play. It's like y'all had to make some fire uniforms.
Said you tried to
and then funny. And 3:30 for the game and go from there. So and
I can't lie. I'm not. So you know what? I give Trey all this flack about playing, and I ain't gonna lie. Trey, you what? 47?
46.
Okay, so I can honestly say I won a flag football championship at that age. I did. All right, listen, you do the same, bro. I did the same. What, you got to go to work, Tommy? I did the same. I did the same thing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I did play at 46, and I won a flag football championship. I did. So I get it, man. Yeah, so I get. Yeah. He living his Tom Brady. Yeah. He living his Tom Brady, bro.
Tom Brady could do it.
He living his Tom Brady, bro.
Like my sisters, the Phoenixes. Watch me come from a watch. I'm sure when you said it, I was like, you know what?
I did. I sent it for that reason, bro. I wasn't being funny.
It might be a little short.
No LOL on the back of it.
It's short notice, but I'm going to see. I'm sure they're going to hit some people up and be like, hey, what's good? It's like, I got to see if I can find someone that can produce the uniforms that swiftly. They'd be like, I want to see. I'm sure they're going to see. Be like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I know a website because the year that I won, I wish I had that. I wish I had that picture. I had a company that did some matter of fact, you know what? The last time I played when I won was 2017. So I was 46. Yep. 46. Cause I was with the other fraternity at the time because I got the fraternity colors.
The sponsors.
Yeah, yep. I
Did the
got
fraternity sponsor or did the
No, I just wouldn't know. We had
you just
everybody.
built
No,
the
yeah.
uniform, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
that's
built
what.
the-
Or that,
with
but that's why it
uniform
might
colors.
be. I had to see.
Look, hey, Anthony, this is what Anthony say.
Don't worry, Anthony. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Y'all been like, this is what I do. This is what I do. But just because Bishop sent that and he tried, like y'all gonna get. I know.
I wasn't being funny. I wasn't.
You gonna probably
I
be there
send
filming
it.
it all.
I said I send it, man. I send it because they do have something. Now, mind you, they do have leagues that will have over 40 leagues, things like that. They have leagues where you can play with people your age, only your age, so forth and so on. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's some people that I'm not. It's not. I'm not. I wasn't just trying to. I wasn't throwing daggers at him. I'm tired of people on this show and chat be talking too much. Oh, Anthony P said he want that smoke. He said he want that smoke, man. But hey, Trey said he finna put it together, so y'all be on the lookout for the first formation flag football, inaugural flag football team that should be coming up here soon. With that being said, man, we appreciate you. That's our time. I'm sorry again for being late. I'm still waiting on these darn groceries to come in. That's why I keep checking my phone. That's why I was late, because it was supposed to come in from what my wife said, and I didn't want to jump off and try and get them and all of that stuff. But either way, y'all enjoy y'all Thursday, man. It's Friday Eve. Y'all know what time it is tomorrow. It's that time, man. We have big games coming up this weekend. NFC, AFC, big matchups, man. Dallas versus the 49ers. The Eagles versus the Giants. Just some major games. Bengals versus Bills, which is a recap from the game that didn't happen because of the injury to Hamlin. But I'm glad he's back. So, man, be sure to tune in tomorrow, man, from 09 to 1100 hours for you civilian personnel. That's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to hear myself, my compadre Trey, and of course, Ron, Easy, find out what our picks is, man, on this weekend's game, because it's going to be a barn burner. Do you hear me? It's going to be a barn burner this weekend. What's that in the background, Bishop? Green Wings? Yes, sir. That's right, baby. Fly, Eagles, fly. You know it, baby. We about to get this thing started, baby. It's going to be lit this weekend after we get this dub. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all be safe. Trey's currently on a call, so I'm pretty sure he'll holler back at y'all in a minute. But y'all have a great weekend. Great Thursday. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Love on someone, hug someone. We want to thank everybody that's on the show, from the Anthony Prices to the Applewhites to the LaStan Neals to the Calvins to the whoever else was on here. The Calvins, all of y'all, Don. We really appreciate y'all. Without y'all, there is no first formation. With that being said, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe, and I'll holler back at you. Row 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all be peace.